Hi guys, welcome back. In the previous video we have created the music player app in the Vue.js 2, right? And now we are going to build this same application in the Vue 3 using the composition API. So we will also understand that what is composition API. So this is a complete series. If you want to learn that how to build this Vue.js app, you can watch this series. It's a step-by-step guide where I'm tutoring that how you can build that kind of series. And if you want to learn the Vue.js from scratch, I have also a series on it where you can basically watch this build first Vue.js app. This one is a same series where I'm tutoring that how you can build the Vue.js application, right? And here I have opened the Vue.js documentation. If I click on this getting start, there are two types of API reference, an option API and composition API. And as you know, we have covered the option API, right? And now the time is to learn the composition API, and Vue 3 supports both of them, right? And basically if you want to build a composition API, you need to basically Vue recommend you to use this composition API, and Vue call them as single file component, where you are here this thing is Vue. We author Vue component using an HTML file format like single file component, known as abbreviated as SFC, right? And here you can see this defining feature of Vue and recommended way to author Vue component if you use variant build app. It means that this approach is recommended by the Vue.js, so you must need to follow this composition and setup API. Okay, first create the app and then I'll walk through this. Here just click on this quick start, and there is a command which will create the Vue.js app, right? So I have opened the terminal where I'm going to create a new application. Here you can write the same command which is written here, npm create Vue at latest. You don't need to mention the project name, it will be basically you need to mention this when it will ask. So here I'm going to mention the project name. I'm going to name this Vue 3 music player. Hit enter, and it's show you the different options. If you want to select this, press the space bar, so then it will be marked. If you don't want to select anyone, you can press enter, and then you can press enter again. So our app is created and it's asking us to install the npm, right? So I'm going to run this npm install. Okay, first I need to move into that. Okay, Vue 3 music player. Okay, and now I need to run this npm install. So this will install the npm into our project, and after that we need to run the npm run dev command, which will compile our application on the runtime. And if your application is completed, you can run npm run build, but every time when we made some changes into your application, that will not be reflected when you need to always run this npm run build after changes. But if you are in the development, you need to run this npm run dev, so it's compiling on the runtime. Okay, good, it's completed. Npm run dev, hit enter. So this will open your application, and yes, you can see this, there is an address. So I'm going to press control button and click on it, or you can simply copy it here and then open this into your web browser. And yes, boom, you can see this. Now our application is created in the Vue 3. It's showing us here, and also it's a Vue supported. It's a asset bundler which compile our assets using the Vue and npm. Basically when we install npm, it will install the Vue. Okay, great. Now it's installed, our first application is running, and I'm going to open this into the VS Code. So let's open this here in the VS Code. Okay, I have stopped it and then I'm going to run it again. Okay, now let's go here. So you can see this, we have opened our application here, right, which will opening through this one, right, app.component. And if I go here and remove this all of the stuff from this template, let's say hello, just say hello, and you can see this will be reflected here in a minute. And yes, you can see this, it's added here right now. But I want to basically add my Vue.js application here, right, which we have built in our previous video, right? So I'm going to basically open that same application here into the another editor, my music app, I think it's this one. Let me open that, and yes, this one is built using the option API, right? So very first thing is you need to basically move your app logic into this Vue 3 application. So I have opened both one. So here I'm going to remove everything here, but make sure that Vue 3 using the option API and the composition API. But Vue recommend us to use the always setup API, or you can also call this that composition API. So if here you will add this setup, so you don't need to worry about your methods, where you are writing the methods, and then it's also using the ref properties rather than the data helpers, and we will cover this in a minute. So I have added this setup script, removing the logic, removing the CSS from here. Okay, and then this is style, and this scope is applied, which is describing that this style is only applied to that component. Okay, great. So now we need our template. So I'm going to actually copy this music player, this overall here, just paste this out. Okay, I have pasted that, and now we need to import this music player. So I'm doing this same, it's same as here, import that. Okay, and what's next is that we need to render this into the component, or we if we want to skip that, we can skip that too, we don't need to mention it here. Okay, just removing that script tag. Okay, then we need also this style. So I'm going to cut this style and I'm going to paste this here. Okay, good, just paste it something like this, line it. Okay, great. And now this music player is good, and if I give it a save, it will throw an exception that this music player doesn't exist, right? So first we need to go to this components, and this is called this has some previous components. So I'm going to select those components and I want to delete them because I don't need those components anymore. Oh, it's also deleted the components directory. Let me undo that. I don't want to delete the components directory. Okay, great, now it's appeared, and here I'm going to create my music player component, music player dot view. Okay, and okay, I think it's created as folder. Let me delete that and create this as a file, music player dot view. Okay, great, it's created now, and I'm going to implement the basic template here, and now our component is here, so it will not throw any exception. Basically we are importing that and we are rendering that. Just give it a save and see, there's an empty space, nothing is here because our component is empty, right? So now we need to basically copy our logic from this music player which we have in the template. So I'm going to copy that overall div stuff, and then going to paste this out here in our music play. Oh my god, this is my YouTube application, and just go here and just paste it here, right? I have pasted that, and it's throwing that error because these variable doesn't exist. Don't worry, we will add them. And then in the style, we have only one style which will be applied on the item. So let me add the style here. It's a style and it should be scoped. Okay, perfect. Now I have added that style, and now I need to work on the script tag, right, to basically make those helpers available, right? Okay, great. You can add this template at the top, script at the top, style at the top. It doesn't matter where you are adding that. So I'm going to add this script here, which will use this setup API, and I'll follow the composition API style. Okay, so if you want to define the variables in the Vue 2, we need to basically add this data property and then return object, and then we need to define our logic like this, and then when we are accessing that, we are using this dot title, and it's making them as reactive, right? But in the Vue 3, if we want to make our variables reactive, we need to create them as a ref, right? Let's say first we need the ref, right? So I'm going to basically use that ref here. So let's say I want to call my I want to create my first variable, which is const title equal ref, something like this. But at that time I don't have ref this property, so I need to basically pull this from where, from Vue.js, right? From Vue itself, something like this. So then this will resolve this title. Then I need to create the other variables too, like I need to create the audio, okay, and it will be the same. Then I need to mention the artist, okay, it should be also the same, right? Okay, good. And then I need to also mention the current song, something like this, which should be by default null, right? No song is playing right now. And then we need the songs array. So here I'm going to say songs equal ref, and then it should be array, right? An empty array. Okay, great. I have passed this same array. I have created this same as I did that in the previous video. Just give it a save, and you can see this now player is appeared here, but styling is not applied. So let's import the CSS file. Okay, in the style I want to delete those existing style here, delete them, and here I want to create a style.css. You can also move this into the CSS directory you want, which would be more suitable when your project is increased, so your style will be structured. Okay, great. Here I'm going to add this, copy all of the things from the style and then paste this out here. And now we need to import that here in our main.js, right? And make sure this file is removed, so this will throw an error. So remove that from here. Now I'm going to say that import from assets. Then in the assets we have a CSS directory, and CSS contain that style, okay, style file. Now just you can see this, it's now style is appeared, but our button is aligned on the next line. I want to also add this on the same line. So this basically called is space is not shrink, so I'm going to basically increase that card size, right? Okay, it would be inside the app here. I'm going to, if I made this 800, is that okay? Yes, that's okay. It's added now, and you can see this, there is a space here, but in our previous app we don't have any space, right? And if I go here in my music player, here we have added this div, right? But in Vue 3 you can add the standalone items without wrapping them into the single object. You can use them as like this. I have removed that div, and still space is here, but if you want to remove that space, you need to basically go to your player. Here we have added some style, right? If I go and remove that, you can see this, now it's appeared something like this. So you don't need to write that style. This is basically adding the margin, this property, right? If you comment this out, you can see this, now it's working as expected. Perfect. So now let's work on that, how when someone click on that here and click on this button, so this song should be added, and also our these inputs should be validated, that that our values are captured, if not through the validation that these values are required. Okay, great. So here we need to implement that, basically this add song button, right, which is basically saving song, and we need to define a method here, right? It's a bit different style, because in the Vue 2 we learned that how to define the function in a different way, and this thing is different, right? Everything is rolling back. Okay, this one is player, so we added this song something like this. But in the Vue 3 using the composition API, it's different, right? So how to write those methods in the Vue 3, so I'll cover this in the next video. So keep watching and practice this video, and I'll cover the rest of stuff in the next video. If you like the video, subscribe the channel, and also make sure to share your feedback. Bye bye.